Hello everyone, this is Learning Teaching and I am Anamika with you. As it's a new YouTube channel, I think it needs a very short introduction. Learning Teaching would be an online teaching learning platform where we can discuss various interesting topics in English, emphasizing on learning that language. Now, we all know that there are four skills of a language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So, if we wish to learn a language thoroughly, we should have a command over all these skills. Though I still consider myself a learner of English language, I am here and I will try my level best to guide you how to proceed to achieve all these skills. Now coming to the second point, and that is why we, the Indians, should learn English. Isn't our mother tongue enough to communicate with each other? Just think about Germany. A very few Germans know English and they don't face any problem at all. Why? Because German is their national language and it is used in every sphere of their lives. So they don't need at all to learn another foreign language. But what happens in India? We all know that India is a multilingual country and every Indian speaks different vernaculars at home. So when a person steps out of his own language area or own language boundary, he has to face a lot of problems. As for example, if a person speaks in Bengali in Mumbai, who will understand him? On the other hand, the person in question won't be able to understand that Maharashtrian as he doesn't know the Maratha language. So, to overcome this problem, a link language or a common language is very necessary. And from that necessity, often it becomes the survival necessity. Every Indian should learn English properly. Furthermore, English is being used in everywhere. Either it is in our administration, in academics, in trade, in commerce, in day-to-day life, everywhere. It is still the major medium of higher education, especially in science and technology, which are the backbone of our society. English is still the major means of communication among the intelligentsia all over the world. So, learning English is indispensable in our life. Thirdly, for this online teaching learning platform, I would like to adopt the inductive approach, not the deductive approach. Now, what's the difference between inductive and deductive method? As for example, if a teacher is trying to introduce a new grammatical concept or a new grammatical rule, what he does in this deductive approach, at first the teacher writes down the definition, then he explains that, then he gives a lot of examples, and at last the students are able to understand how the concept is going on, and then they try to practice a lot based on that concept. So what happens in this deductive approach or in this deductive method, the students have to go through from theory to practice, and most of the time it often becomes very mechanical and it's nothing but an isolated way of learning. In contrast with this deductive approach, in inductive method, what does the teacher do? The teacher at first, suppose he is trying to introduce a new grammatical concept, at first he writes down lots of examples. And from those examples, the teacher tries to help the students to identify the common pattern of those examples. And for that very reason, the students themselves are able to understand, able to identify the definition of that concept. In this inductive approach, the students become more active. They are able to notice how the rule is going on. So over here, I would like to adopt this latter approach, that is the inductive method. And last but not the least, I would wish to add that this online teaching learning platform won't be a one-way traffic. Rather, it would be an interactive online teaching learning platform. So, any kind of constructive criticism is always welcome here. Thank you for listening to me. I will be back with my next video.